Hello, Digidestins. This is Kyle D, better known as Ride My Avatar, and I'm bringing you the yellow profiles for set 1.5. Here are some options that you guys can play to pretty much push your deck to the limit. I'm going to show you guys options of just upgrading your 1.5 deck. If you maybe don't get all the pulls you need, maybe you just get a few cards that you can just slightly move up. But again, like I said, these decks are just an overview to get you help thinking of what you guys can do. Maybe you might see a combo that I'm missing. I build them just enough to get you guys going and to think. I want you guys not to have this like overly competitive deck. I would love to give that to you, but I know for a fact that you guys should create for your own, because again, what works for me is not going to work for you. So guys, without further ado, let's dive right in. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. I live stream Digimon every Mondays, Thursdays, Saturday afternoon. I do my local tournament. You can check me out. It's usually on this channel on the YouTube. So, guys, definitely hit that subscribe button and come just hang out. Just chat. We can talk about Digimon all day long. I don't mind. I love Digimon, and it brings me joy to do that. I also play Cardfight Vanguard. I play Zero. I do cover that. So, guys, that's why you kind of see Vanguard content and stuff like that. This is a mixed channel. I do feel like I should be able to express all I love with everybody. So, guys, let's dive right in. Thank you so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. So, first off, let's talk about this. This is Cupimon, is the starter for this yellow deck. This is a ShineGreymon based deck. So first off, Cupimon is here. If you have 5 or more security cards, trigger draw 1. If you can do this, you're really good. Once per turn, if you have 3 or fewer securities, trigger draw. We have Upamon in here just in case. Again, Chumimon is just a lot better, but Upamon's your backup. We have Agumon. If you have 3 or more yellow tamers in play, draw a card. Agumon is here just to help us draw, since we do play roughly 3, 5, 9 tamer cards to help us boost our maximum output by a lot. Not a lot of decks can handle a tamer this wide, but we're compensating because our ShineGreymon equals constant kill fodder. So Salamon is in here because she is the goodest of little girls a puppy dog can be. She is pretty much, when she dies, she will recover you 1. It's kind of sad that we have to kill off our little Salamon, but Salamon can get really annoying because, again, sometimes your opponent is not expecting you to just ram in with Salamon into a Digimon, or if they have to let this hit, or they block with it, instantly you're going up 1 memory, 1 shield, and they're like, what do we do now? So, guys, just remember that, again, Salamon can bring these weird games. Again, they have to take it into account when Salamon hits board. So, Tapirmon's in here because he's a 4000 DP. Then we have Patamon in here. When your opponent's Digimon hits 0, you gain 1 memory. We do this a lot. So, guys, definitely take that into account because Patamon will take care of that. Next, we do have, if you have 3 or more yellow tamers, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP. We're here because we want to force with ShineGreymon to help push damage output that just makes your opponent cry. So, GeoGreymon's in here because we're playing like the God Temple. So, then we have Ankylamon, because again we do play TK and stuff like that. We could guarantee that Ankylamon is in there so that he can get called, and then you only have to Digivolve onto Ultimate, stuff like that, and saves you for climbing. Again, we take advantage of our security, so definitely he's pretty good at too. Then we run Unimon because, again, blockers. Then we play Sirenmon because it is cheap 2-cost Mega Evolution. Then we play RiseGreymon because you need Rise to make Shine, because Rising and Shining is just what we do. So when Digivolving, you may play 1 yellow card from your hand without paying its memory cost. Any on-play effects on that tamer do not activate, sadly. So again, you want to do that with TK from the trial deck or Kyrie, because they're both not on play. You don't want to use this for a TK just because you can play it. No, you want to do this for Kyrie or TK from the starter deck, because the 2-drop and 3-drops are fine to do so, but you want to activate your TK from that is on play effect, because he definitely adds to the situations to make you better. So While you have 3 or more yellow tamers in play, this Digimon gains security +1. So ShineGreymon helps fuel a lot. Then we do have Angelwomon. So when digivolving one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2 security attack. Very good because, again, Angelwomon, besides the chest, kind of showing off, boys and girls, a little flabbergasted. When attacking, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you may play 1 yellow level 3 Digimon from your hand without paying its memory cost. Really good because then it starts building up. Angelwomon is just a decent one of. Then we play 1 Mastimon because Mastimon just can do a lot of things. If you think about it, Mastimon's just really good. Trash 1 card from the top of both players' security stack, and then play 1 purple or yellow Digimon card with a level 4 or less from your trash without paying its memory cost. Really good. Really good. Mastimon's just solid. It's all around just good stuff, Mastimon. So, let's see real quick. Now here is your winning image. When digivolving, suspend all your yellow tamer for each tamer you suspend this way. Activate the following effect. One of your opponent's Digimon gets -4,000 for the turn. And your turn, this Digimon gets +1,000 DP for each tamer you have in play. So again, it's continuous on the 1,000, but the Digi-Evolution to -4,000 for each tamer you have in play. Let's just take this into retrospect. All you need is 5 tamers. 5 tamers and you one-shot an Omnimon. That's all you need to know. That's all that needs to happen. And then we run Cantorusmon because, again, he does 11,000 minus on deletion, and then up to 5 of your opponent's Digimon gain security -2. Just for the rookie rush aspect that you might have to face. And then we have Eden's Javelin. This card I wish was in set 1.0. Trigger, draw a card. Okay. 6. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gets -1,000 for each card in your hand for the turn. So 5 cards, 5,000. 10 cards, 10,000. This card can almost one-shot an Omnimon as well. So guys, take that into account when you are worrying about that. Then we do have TK because if there's 2 or less memories, set yourself to memory 3. He's the memory resetter. So look at your security stack, reveal 1 card in it, and add it to your hand. Then if it was a yellow card, trigger recovery +1. So again, here's a nasty little thing. If Mastimon is in your final security, you will be adding that card to your hand. So don't activate a TK, draw it, you're open wide. Okay? Mastimon should instantly go either in your hand or hopefully gets out of the security stack by natural defense because you don't want to have it trigger. Start of your turn with Kairi. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, gain 1 memory. She does stack. That's why we play her at 2. Then we have TK from the trial deck just to have all our security Digimon gain +2,000. Very powerful skill. And then we play 1 Magnadramon because, again, just to give that final little push and nudge we need if we fall behind too quickly and we're just getting beat down. Magnadramon just there to recover, and when attacking, you may play a level 3 Digimon card from your hand without paying its memory cost, which definitely takes into account like Salamon, Agumon, or Tapirmon. But again, you will use probably Salamon, and play it like that. So definitely a really solid deck. This is probably a good baseline for you guys to play Rising Shine. So next, here is another ShineGreymon build, but this is /Shine. Shining Slash, I will call it. So the theme of the deck is because we're going to be manipulating and controlling a little bit more. We're using /Angemon, ShineGreymon, Angemons, Magnadramons, and Mistomon because the facts of the matter is they're used to subtract our opponent's Digimon's power. So Cupimon's in here just because 5 or more. We have 3 or less security, draw a card. Upamon will go off a little bit more thing. So we have Salamon in here because of the fact of the matter is, yes, you might be going red flags with this deck. Obviously, right? Well, Salamon's in here because you're getting the security, but you're not really caring what your opponent does in the long game. Because again, we'll be deleting 3,000 because we're doing a lot more on plays. We'll Digivolve off of Siremon. We'll have Piximon for the 9,000. Then we have Magna Angemon on plays, recovery. So again, we're just going to come up with these idealisms that just, we don't care. This is really a gimmicky deck. I'm telling you this right now. This is just so you can try it out for funsies. If it works, especially when your locals is only allowing level 6, this deck could really throw your opponent for a whirl. They won't expect it or see it coming. So then we have Mistomon. 2 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. So again, on play, just subtractions. Then you have Slash Angemon. 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8,000 DP for the turn. There you go. Then we do have Magna Angemon. If you have 3 or fewer security, we are going to recover from her. Then we have ShineGreymon. Suspend all your yellow tamers for each of your tamers. Ace of the deck mixed with the ace of the deck. Then we play Blast Fire. Change the original DP of one of your opponent's Digimon to 3,000 until the end of that turn. So again, you'll play this, make their bosses 3,000. Guess what? Mistomon one-shots it. Angemon one-shots it. Like, a lot of things one-shot it. And then reduce the memory costs of this card by 1 for each yellow tamer. We can bring it from a 9 to a lovely, we can bring it to free if we have this all ongoing. So guys, this deck is literally pretty much plays in the ultimate range. Like, we're wanting to play our ultimates more often. We'll Digivolve off the ultimate. It's like a Mega Zoo version of yellow, but it's quite interesting. I find it a little refreshing to give a different play style sometimes, and this, I know, is not like, you're going to go like, what the name of God is you doing? And to be honest with you, this is probably going to be your budgety options just to get through until you get all your cards. Next, we do have the original Cantorus / Angemon deck. So Kendo slash, I'll call it. Steven kind of came up with it, but we're going to take from what he did and we're going to improve. So you have 5 or more security, trigger, draw a card. Then we have Upamon, of course. Tetsukimon. Salamon comes in because when attacking, minus 1 of your opponent's Digimon by 100 DP. We're going to take advantage of that. We also play Patamon to gain 1 memory. Then we'll play Angemon to minus 3. And then have Gatomon in the line. So that is now 2 subtractions. Then we also play a 1-drop that this deck really was desperately needing. Because again, a 1 evolution cost just helps this deck immensely. Then we have Siremon because Siremon is in here for everything. Next, we do have Mistomon. So 2 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. Really solid, really good. Because again, we're going to be just minusing, minus. So again, we could kill a blocker with a Gatomon and Salamon with and then it Digivolved with anything. And then you just pretty much swing in with it. Then we do have Angemon in here because when Digivolving security, minus 2 just to help keep with Cantorusmon, just to keep a little more at bay. Then we have Mastamon in here just because, again, Mastamon is a great level 7 for this deck. We have Slash Angemon because minus 8,000. Again, 8,000. Then this becomes a 10k almost one-shot deal. So most cards can't survive a 10k subtraction. Then we have when Digivolving for Cantorusmon is like your ace. Up to 5 of your opponent's Digimon gain security minus 2. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, and 1 of your Digimon, when deleted, he subtracts 1 of your opponent's Digimon by 11,000. Then we play Eden's Javelin to replace the frig out of the bad card that we had to play, because Eden's Javelin at least goes off instead of Siren Melody, and we get trigger draw card, so we gain a card advantage, and then 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1,000 for each card in your hand. Really powerful skill. Definitely worth triggering. Then we have 7 Heavens. And then we do play TK because, again, looking at memory recovery is just really good. And this deck can be really affordable because the fact of the matter is Cantorusmon's dirt cheap. Mastimon's going to be probably dirt cheap. Angelwomon's going to be dirt cheap. This is probably going to look at maybe $150 max for this deck. Next, we'll bring in Recovery Mode. So our main focus of this deck is Kubimon drawing us, the draws, because we're just trying to keep security up. Tsukimon is in here because Tsukimon is amazing. Then we have Salamon. If you have 3 or few security, draw one. She's just a kamikaze death just to get you a free security to go up to 4 or more. Then you have Lopamon, because look at the top card of your security stack. You may add that card to your hand. To trigger draw one, draw a card. So you get pretty much 2 cards for subtracting 1 security. Then you have Tapirmon. We run 2 Kylomon because, again, we're going to be cycling through things. It's going to be really interesting. Then we play the 1 evolution cost Bunny. Then we have Sirenmon. Then we have Magna Angemon. Trigger recovery 1 place. And then when this, again, major focus of the deck is to recover. Then we have when Digivolve and Recover. Angelwomon's just really good. Then we have Seraphmon is triggering recovery. Place the top card of your deck on the top of your security. While you have 3 or more securities, this Digimon game plus security tack 1. So again, you're going to swing in with him and be big beefy boy. Then you have Magnadramon. So this unit, if you have 3 or more, recovery 2. Again, very good skills, very powerful skills. Magna Angemon there to recovery. We're constantly just keeping our security above float, where your opponent has to constantly keep taking care of things that they don't want to do. So, again, then we play Ophanimon. So, Ophanimon's in here for something really nice. Ophanimon is place this card on the top of your security stack face down when she's deleted. We're kind of doing like this Angel-esque feel because, again, this is more Hakari and TK build. If you can tell, it's really just to show off. Ophanimon's really good, especially teamed up with TK. TK becomes a 13k, and a second one becomes 15, and it rams Omnimon to the ground, and Omnimon gets sad. Then we have Holy Wave, trigger recovery 1. So activate, if it gets triggered in the security stack, it'll heal you no matter what. So again, take that with what you want to do. And then we have TKs because TKs is really good. Then we have TK again. So here is the final deck. This is kind of like more of a budgety deck that'll be cheap for the download. It is going to be annoyingly cheap because, again, this deck is designed to just constantly combo off the Ophanimon combo, where you just constantly have your TKs out on the board just to make your opponent have to keep swinging into Ophanimon and just die. And your opponent really doesn't get anywhere against this card. So let's talk about it. We play Noramamon. So while this Digimon is suspended, all your security Digimon get plus 1000 DP. So again, she becomes 12 by her being rested. So she's instantly 12, which is really good. Then you have Tsukimon. Again, we already play Upamon because Upamon's a decent draw card. Then we have Kudamon. So if you have 4 or less cards in your hand, trigger, draw 1. So he's there just to swing in for a cheap draw 1 ability. And again, guys, very powerful skill. Then we have Lopamon. So look at the top of your security stack. You may add that card to your hand to draw a card. We're feeding it just so that when we use Eden's Javelin, we kind of just push our opponent to not have cards. Then we have Tapirmon. And then Akalomon and Kylomon. So again, very powerful because, again, he gets revealed, he's called, then you just evolve up from there. Then we have the Bunny, Unimon, Sirenmon is at 2, at 3. Then we have Antilamon because, again, just cheap evolution in the ultimate range is what we need. Then we have Mastimon at 2 sets because, again, Mastimon's just really good to Digivolve into, just to push for game or grab a blocker if you need to. So, and then we have Ophanimon because, again, this is where the combo starts coming in. So she is there just to either be in their drop zone all the time. Then we have Cherubimon. So when you have 3 or fewer security cards, place 1 yellow Digimon card from your trash on the top of your security stack face down. So Cherubimon is in there just to keep swinging at our opponent. And guess what? We're going to just keep them dying from their own stuff and have our little guys take care of business. So Eden's Jabbering is here to draw a trigger, and then your Digimon, we minus. Again, it's not like I haven't talked about this card almost all video and just praise its existence. Then we have TK. So if you have 2 or less memories, set your memory to 3. Recovery. We're here to just make sure that we're checking and trying to get cycling Ophanimons into the security so we can go into Cherubimon. Cherubimon will keep pulling her back at a consistent rate that your opponent's got to deal with the Cherubimon or the Ophanimon. Like, they're always going to die to either, or the security. They're not really gaining anything out of the security because they're losing to it. So, and then we have TK, because again our security Digimon getting a little more boof, because again an 8k, a 6k becoming 8, just can really ruin everybody's numbers, because again that is tough to get around. So again, guys, let's go over here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I really hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and you stuck around. Let me know down in the comments what deck you want me to next color you guys want me to cover, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.